Hello everybody, welcome back to Easter week. So today's activity is not really a craft, it's more of a DT activity and it is called egg drop. So your challenge today is to design and make some packaging that will look after an egg if it is dropped from a height. So first thing to say is that you do not have to use a real egg for this. In fact, I'm not going to use a real egg because I want to save my eggs that I've got from my shopping for cooking and eating. So I have found a couple of little craft eggs, so I might use those, or I've got my trusty pine cones that I collected the other day. I could use one of those to make my egg. You could use a ball to be your egg, all sorts of things you can use to be your egg, so you can be creative there. So that's the first thing, you need to have an egg of some sort. And the second thing is you need some materials to make your packaging. So I have chosen mainly natural materials. So you can see I've got a big bundle of quite large sticks here. I've also collected quite a lot of smaller thin sticks. Then I got my rake out earlier and I had a bit of a rake around on my lawn, and I have got lots and lots and lots of moss. So this dry moss that quite often is in grass on the lawn, and if you rake it, or if you don't have a rake, you can just use your fingers to sort of gently scratch on the lawn, and this kind of stuff, this dry moss or dry grass comes up. So I've got lots and lots of that. So those are my natural materials. Then I have got a few not natural materials. So I've got, I found a packet of pipe cleaners in my crafting stuff, which I might choose to use. And I also got, these are sort of semi-natural. I've also found some feathers. I had a little tub of feathers. So I might use some of those. To secure my packaging, I've got my tin of string, bits of string and wool and ribbon and that sort of thing that I might use to secure my packaging with, and that is it. So my challenge is to make some kind of package, something around the outside of my egg which will protect it if I drop it from a height. So I could make a kind of frame and pack it with some of the moss maybe, all sorts of things that you could do. So in a minute I'm going to have a go at making something to protect my egg, and you can watch me make it, and hopefully that will give you some ideas of some things that you could do. Okay, here goes. Okay, so we have spent a little while protecting our eggs. And as you can see, we've got two quite similar designs. Excuse me. This one is Freddie's that he made, and this one is Ruby's that she made. And both of them have used quite a similar technique. They've wrapped their egg up in lots and lots of moss and then tied it all together. Ruby's used bits of wool, some ribbons, some pipe cleaners and some feathers on the outside, and Freddie's used bits of string and some ribbon and wool to tie his. So that's one idea. I did something a little bit different. I know that triangles are quite strong shapes. So what I've done is I've made a sort of pyramid by tying sticks together. So I think that's going to be a strong shape. And then my egg is in the middle in all of this moss. I bundled it up in moss and then I poked it into the centre. So I'm hoping that my nice pyramid shaped frame will protect my egg when it is dropped. So in a minute we're going to do our dropping challenge. We're going to drop them from a safe height and we will see which of our packaging survives and which we think has protected our egg the best. Okay, so Ruby's ready to drop the first egg, which is mine in its frame. Okay Ruby, there's your target, go. Oh dear. Okay, and whose is coming next, Ruby? Whose is next? Ruby's egg is next. Ready, and go. And then the final one is Freddie's egg. Ready and go. Okay, so let's see. So I think it looks like Ruby's egg has survived very well. The moss has really protected it. The feathers haven't even come out. Let's have a look at Freddie's. That was a similar design. Yep, that looks very good. I can't see the egg falling out there at all anywhere. Oh dear. Let's have a look at mine. It's not too bad. The stick, I think the problem is the stick has snapped there, but actually the structure itself is pretty strong, and my egg, oh dear, I can just see my pinecone egg poking out there. So if that was a real egg, I think that probably would have cracked. So there we go. I think we'll have to announce that Freddie and Ruby are the winners of that challenge. And don't forget that if you haven't got an outside space, or if you cannot get outside, you can still have a go at that activity by finding all sorts of materials inside your home that you could use to protect your egg. And you don't have to use a real egg. Anything round will do to have as your egg to protect. So hoping that's given you an idea for some excellent fun you can have this Easter, and I'll be back tomorrow with another activity. Bye!